Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thought it was about time I had an update of what's on the bench. There's not a great deal to show you, but I've had sort of a strange few weeks since the new year. My family and friends staying as well over the past few weeks, and modelling has sort of been put on hold to socialise, unfortunately, but that's life, I suppose. As you can see, I've been on with this King Tiger since the turn of the new year, and I've just started weathering it today. Nothing else much done to it. I give it the, let me think which one it is. It's it's a filter for a 3-tone camo by MIG. I'll show you which one it is. I actually used that one, if you can, and there's the number 1510. That was the first thing I did after the paintwork. Obviously had it been dull coated and sealed, and the decals put on. So I'll give it just a brush over all everywhere, and then let that dry. And then I did a slight a brown wash as well, just in certain places, like round the back of the engine grills and round the cupola and just round the edges. Really, I can't really tell it much at the moment. The camera makes it look a bit too bright. It's not that bright really. And then I've just started to do some scratches. I use a cocktail stick to do my scratches, and that's a very fine small brush for the tall scratches on the turret. Let me just see if I can say this. It's not together at all. It's because obviously the tracks have got to go on and everything else, so it isn't actually, he says, yeah, it's still it's pretty loose at the moment, so it's got the tracks to go on. But if you hold it up close enough, you might be able to see a few of the scratches and things around the certain parts, and obviously on the mud guards, there's fenders, sorry I should say. There's a few bits and pieces on there, a few scratches here and there. Nothing much done on the front rear, really, just a few little patches where the Zimmer has sort of come off. Got to fill them in yet with a little touch of hull red, which is the brace primer with these German tanks. And you can see the mud guards completely. Oh, turn you around. So completely off there. And what I've just, you might not be able to see, but I've just put a little touch of oily steel just underneath the, because it's sheared straight off. So there's obviously going to be past the primer into the actual into the metal. So I've just done that on there, and as you may be able to see on here as well. Let me just see if we can get it better. The camera is quite subtle. It's just a little bit on the where it's been ripped off, basically. But the Zimmerit was really good for this tank. I forgot I had it. It's the photo etch Zimmerit, and it went down perfectly. Everything was a superb fit. Absolutely every single piece of it. I've been up small balls up of the Zimmerit on top of the machine gun, but I'll try and disguise that. Well, a bit of, obviously when I do the rest of the weathering and putting other bits and pieces on. But apart from that, the rest of it was absolutely spot on. Went on perfectly. There's a few scratches and things on there, so this is nowhere near finished yet, but we're getting there slowly but surely. The figures, I've got a figure painted, obviously goes in here, but I found another figure as well. I'll show you them in a minute. It's quite strange considering they're both supposed to be 1/35 scale. But I say on the rear, I've done really nothing much on the rear yet, apart from, let me just lift this light to there. You might be able to see a bit better. I haven't even done the tailpipes yet or anything, just scratched the mud guards. The jacks there painted, all ready to rock and roll. The jack box, it's been done separately and stuck on. All the tools I've got to go on yet and everything else. So you see, it's nowhere near being finished yet. Obviously we have the tow hooks, and underneath I haven't painted underneath, and obviously the road wheels underneath, they've all got the metal polishing thing that Joe Bentley sent me, Joe's model kits, and it really works out beautifully. put one on one of the little the girls use them. What are they called? Let me have a look. I'll show you. Let me see where they are. I've put them somewhere in here. He says. I thought I had. I've got one. I'll show you the one that I actually use. And that's the stuff Joe sent me. Metallizer for fine buffing powder, and all I used to put the actual. It's just these little things. Like a makeup thing for a girly whirly, whatever they do with them. But it really works out nice. You don't need a lot, you know. There's plenty on that actual thing now to do numerous things. So that's as far as I've got with the Tiger, King Tiger. Sorry. I will carry on with that today, and I've actually built some individual the track links. I built some tracks myself because the ones that were with the kit were a bit flat. I don't know if you can see these. They're a bit better. This is a bit of depth on them, and they've actually got decent sized guide horns hollowed out as well. But these are just put together at the moment and shaped. I've done nothing with them yet. There's no weathering, nothing done on it yet. So they'll be next to go on eventually when we get round to finishing the weathering. I don't think there's anything else to say about the King Tiger, but nice kit, went together superbly to me as normal. You know, really went together well. I've just added a few little things like a little machine gun in the turret. Just one at the end of the Contactor Professional. I think I've ran out of it now. There's no more metal pipes, so I'll see if I can get some from somewhere. And I go on the internet and just search all different pictures, and I've got this chain that I've actually rusted up and ready to go. And I've seen a couple with the chains around the front, obviously for towing out of ditches or whatever you're going to use, just in case. So that's to go on, but that's not ready yet. Like I say, I'll show you the figures. This was the figure that came with the kit. I say I've done majority of it. It's not quite finished yet, but most of it is. So I'm not happy with the green on the. It's supposed to be a field grey, but I'll darken that down slightly. It's too new looking. Let me just see if I can. Let me just see. Can you pick that up? Let me just. Come on, you bugger, focus. There you go. It didn't come out too badly. Let's put it more in the middle. There you go. But you see that one there, and this is from a Tamiya kit as well, off another, I think it was off the Panther, I'm not too sure, but if I show you them, you see that's fine, yeah, no problems. But when you put them together, let's take them off these sticks. Be easier to show you off these sticks. So let me try to hold them. As you can see, kind of it'll focus in. Look at the size difference. They're both on the same scale supposedly. Everybody's different, but there's quite a lot of difference on them. Face is a lot bigger, hands are a lot bigger, actual torso is a lot longer. I just thought it was strange. I know we're all not the same, so, but it'll go in. They'll put them both in, one on one turret and then one on the other. Sorry, cupola and one in the other hatch. But I just thought I'd show you that because it was a bit strange. Let me just get a bit of better light on them. There we go. As you can see there, I've got my feet on the bottom. I know the height difference is not great, but the actual figures themselves, the one on the, as you're looking at it on your right, is certainly a lot bigger than the one that's on the left. But they'll go on, I would think, once they're all finished. So that's the King Tiger bits and pieces. And while I was waiting for things to dry and one thing and another, I just decided to build the little Tamiya Stuart. Let me bring it in. I shall pop this away and pop this out of the way. Yeah, the little Tamiya Stuart I picked up for about £15 off eBay, I think it was a few months ago. Nice little kit. Let me just Get this light adjusted to there. Then we've got no glare. More glare now. There we go. There we go. So I just decided to build that. Fairly straightforward kit. Not a great deal to build. In fact, I built it in an afternoon. No rush, just took my time. Obviously I haven't put everything onto it. This is what I've done so far. This is sort of just a thing to play around with in the background. Let me just bring that down now and there. See, it's quite nice to say this slot together. You know, it's quite a nice little kit. You know, nice little detail on it, and you know, nice detail. I'll do the glue marks on it. Obviously, they'll be covered. I've just drilled the small barrel out. That was quite difficult to do because it was quite narrow, but I've managed it. Lots of things I haven't added to it. Obviously, little thing for the aerial to go into. Obviously, the fuel caps. There's no tools on the back. They're all ready. You know, it's ready to be painted and things. But this isn't going to be, you know, matte black or NATO black for the base colour. But it's quite a nice little kit. It really is. Yeah, so the bottom of the suspension went together really quite well. You know, there's nothing much to them, but they look quite nice. It's that kind of plastic when when you're smoothing it down, it leaves tons of scratches, and I can assure you they are really smooth. And but like I say, it's went together in an afternoon. There's nothing much to it. Nice rivet details and things on it. It really is. They'll take a nice wash and things like that. Nothing much underneath, you know. You can see by the wheels they're all look scratched and rough, but they say they're not. So I thought, well, I had a piece of the from Fog Model Street sort of thing. So I thought, well, I shall pop it on there. It'll look quite nice. Ignore the picture frame. I've just picked it up with that. I was going to do a picture frame, but it's too much of a. I have to think of get a smaller picture frame and put it in. But it's quite a nice little kit. I recommend buying if you're just a beginner. Perfect. Really perfect little kit to start you off with. You know, you get crew figures. You get one crew figure, which I've done up, and it's just a half a figure, mind you, but here's there. See, it's not too bad. A bit of flash on it, but you have to considering the kit was made in, let me see, 1974. So it's a pretty old kit. You know, it's like 40 odd years old. So you can't really complain. I think I picked it up. It must have been about £15, £14. So this is going to take a bit of work to do, but you know, we can make things out of it, can't we? My figure work isn't too bad. It's getting better. It's getting better, but nowhere near the likes of Jack. You know, he's a figure paintings amazing, and Bees. He's the figure king, I think. But yeah, we're getting there. We're really getting there. So as I say, I've just done that just so fill some time in while I was waiting for things to dry. And I say I've lovely little set. I should have done a little kit review, but the decals for it as well, they're really quite nice. You know, a few different options there. The Desert Rat again. Let's give you a couple of options again for the colouring, for the US Army, and read what it says. Company 8th Cavalry Regiment, Brigade, 7th Army Division in South Africa. In Africa. Where did that come from? And obviously we have the Company 1st Battalion, 13 Armoured Regiment, 1st Armoured Division, late 1942 in Tunisia. They're both sort of you know, we're set in the deserts and things, but obviously there must have been a few streets that were on and things. I'll have to look up first and just double check, but I thought that'd be quite nice just to put it on there. I don't have to do the desert, so I can do something else. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I say the vinyl tracks as well, so they're okay. You know, they're just nice padded, typical like a mini Sherman tank, Sherman tracks. Nothing wrong with these ones. They're quite nice. Nice guide-ons on them as well, quite deep. But yeah, nothing wrong with them. So they'll be going on this time. Nice little kit. I do have the Stewart in. I think I did a review of it. Of the M3 Stewart Honey from Academy, which looks a really nice kit as well. The colour work on it, the paint work looks really superb. So that'll be a future build as well. So I shall pop that over there, out of the way before we get any damage. And I think we're about there. Nothing really much else to say at the moment. That's all I've really done. I haven't really done a great deal, to be perfectly honest. I still haven't even started the railway gun, which I'm going to have to make a start on soon. Otherwise I'm going to get left behind big time. So John's nearly finished his, I would think, and Simon's well on with his. But we'll get there, we'll make a start. So I want to clear the bench, all the little bits and pieces away. I've got some shelves to put up, so I'm going to put a couple of shelves up, you know, to fit the Leopold, and then as I'm building I can put onto the shelf so it's out of the way. So I think that's all about I've got to say at the present moment in time. I will be doing a kit review shortly on the French battle tank, the B1 BIS. It's like a pre-Second World War tanky looking thing, more like a World War I tank really, but it's quite a nice little kit from Tamiya. Picked it up. So that'll be coming very shortly. So I'd just like to thank all my subscribers for watching and taking the time out of their day to do so. So this is Greg signing off, and see you soon.